Howdy on Woodlock's Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Dude, is this road, like, cold and hot at the same time? So still looking for some... Oh, jeez. Not buzzards. Not looking for buzzards, that's for sure. Looking for some... acid. Still need that acid. So... you might notice that things are a bit smoother with my turning. I got a new mouse. The other one was just getting so bad, I couldn't stand it. I kept cleaning out the eye, thinking maybe there was something in there, but it just would not stop doing this, like, I can't even do it with this mouse. So I bought a new one. Which is way smoother. Oof. This one actually plugs in. You can run it wirelessly, but my setup allows me to run the cord along the back of my keyboard and mouse area. So I've just gone ahead and done that. And then that way I don't ever have to worry about signal issues again. I got a Logitech 903? G903? So hopefully this cleans up some of my stutter issue. I tried to play, what was I trying to play? So I get the Humble Choice games every month, and one of the games this last month was, I want to say like Necromunda, maybe it was called. And it had, it's a shooter. And so I tried to play it, and it was terrible. My aimer was just jerking all over the screen because my mouse was being so weird. So I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm just going to go ahead and order a new one. So that's where we're at. No D&D this week. We all got, well, okay, not we all, but most of us got ready to go, and we had we'd leveled up last session, and so they hadn't actually leveled their characters yet, and so we finished leveling the characters. That wasn't me aiming better, that was just me randomly shooting. That's not a door, buddy.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? What can I get you?
Acid. I need acid. Why do none of you have acid? Oh, I just need one more bit of acid, and then I can make a chemistry station. Why are you fighting me on having a chemistry station? I don't understand.
Just to let you folks know, the
Our
Trader
problem
Joe's
girls
will
might
be
have what you were
closing
looking for.
Let's see. So we get a quick look around, see if there's anything useful. Um, I was hoping for maybe a chemistry station. Uh, I keep hoping to find that acid in there. I don't know if that's a possibility, but that's what I keep hoping for. A little bit of acid, just to keep things going. Of course, now it's going to be dark, and I'm going to be headed back for my base, I guess. Let's eat. I can't believe my guy's hungry again. Does food not work while you're on the bike? Okay, now I just can't aim. I mean, I was aware I couldn't aim before, but traders.
Trader Joel's is now closed.
I don't know. Should I? I mean, I guess I'm gonna go south from here and keep headed that way. It's kind of weird that I went so far north to come back south. So yeah, so we didn't get to play. I texted the one guy. I'm like, "Hey, dude, are you showing up tonight?" And I don't get it. He used to work for this place, and he doesn't work for them anymore. I don't think. I know he works for another place, so I don't think he works for that place again. It was like a summer job thing, and apparently they needed some help this week, and so he went to temp for them. I guess I've never liked a job enough that I want to temp for them when I didn't have to go work. I guess I don't like work. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, so he didn't say he wasn't showing up. He just went and did that instead. And so when I texted him, he sent me a message back that, yeah, he wasn't going to show up because they needed help. And so he was out there helping them. And then I was going to start that other D&D game last night, but as soon as I said that that guy wasn't going to be there, then one of the other guys is like, well, I'm logging off then. See you guys later. I'm like, okay. So then me and the remaining guy just sat around chatting about shows and stuff like that. Speaking of shows, I finished Stranger Things Season 4. It was good. It might be my favorite Stranger Things season. I really enjoyed the storyline. Spoilers for Stranger Things. I liked the first season quite a bit. I thought it was a really fun show. I like their little nods to like classic horror movies and stuff like that. And of course, being a huge D&D fan, I like all the D&D stuff that gets mixed in. And then season 2 was also pretty good. I like the way the story changed for season 2. Because in season 1, right, they have the portal. They I think they get one Demigorgon through, and they managed to L11. She throws it back through, and ends up going with it to shut the gateway. And and so then in season 3, I liked season 3, but I think it's the weakest of the seasons so far. It was weird that like the end of season 2 where they're so the bad guy they introduced at the end of season 1 they called the Mind Flayer, and so it had opened some pathways through and was releasing Demigorgon spawns and these vine things, and was trying to open the gateway completely so it could get through. And um, and so they shut that gate. And when they shut that gate, it killed all the Demigorgons, which, according to the show, indicated that the gateways were closed, and so they no longer had their link to their master. And then in season 3, though, the Mind Flayer had released a little bit of itself uh, into this world and infected a rat, and so then slowly over the season, it infected more and more people and things. And then when you get to the end of it, you find out that the Russians had been trying to open their gateway, which was in the town but buried deep underground. And or I think they were in Russia for their gateway, and then they went to Hawkins, which is where a lot of the show takes place, right? And then they tried to open Hawkins gateway, and so in the process of stopping them and stopping the flesh-made Mind Flayer, which was a pretty fun nod I felt to The Thing. It was very The Thing, and I liked it because The Thing is one of my favorite movies. But the I just didn't. It was weird to have it there in the flesh, I guess, and that was my problem with it. And then at the end of it, they shut the gate, but in the process of shutting the gate, one of the characters, Hopper, disappears. And so then in season four, they've got multiple locations with multiple storylines happening all at the same time that eventually come together. And it was pretty good. Oops, I totally went in a circle. I wasn't sure about it because like I said, I liked the first 2 seasons a lot, and then season 3 introduced the flesh version of the Mind Flayer, and I didn't like that monster as much. Even though I loved The Thing, there was a little bit of War of the Worlds in there. If you've seen the old War of the Worlds, they have these big eyes that come down and search for things, and so the flesh Mind Flayer also did something like that. And then in season 4 they introduce Vecna, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, they never showed a creature in charge of things before like this. Vecna's a person, and he's killing random people from the Upside Down. Like he's in the Upside Down, but he's killing people. They like lift up in the air, and then all their bones break and stuff. And it is very 80s horror movie. And I was like, okay. I mean, it's okay. And then Elle had lost her powers at the end of season 3, and so they were trying to get her powers back, and so they were making her relive her past. And so pretty early on in the season, they introduced that someone kills all the other people, and I guess I'm not sure. I don't remember the girl's number, but there was the other girl in the first or the second season who had powers. I don't remember what her number was, but she was not one of the kids in season 4, and I thought that was a little weird that she wasn't there. Uh, but yeah, and so I'm watching it, and then a couple of episodes before they reveal what is going on, I realized what was going on, and that was the first kid that they had uh, was Vecna, and so then as the show progresses, you find out that he tried to help Elle escape, and then and then she removed the chip in his neck that stopped him from being able to use his powers, and then he tried to kill everybody, and so he did kill everybody, and then he was going to kill Dr. Brenner and then kill Elle, maybe, and so Elle used her powers to push him through into the Upside Down, and that was the first gate. And so then he came across the Mind Flayer and took control of it. And that's what's going on. And I was like, okay. When I realized that the dude helping Elle was one, and I realized that one was Vecna, that's when I really started enjoying the season. And so it may have been my favorite season so far. And it ends on a cliffhanger. So I'm all ready for season 5 when it comes out. And I like that they had them split up, so there was one group in Hawkins dealing with stuff, and one group in Nevada dealing with stuff, and then one group in Russia dealing with stuff. And so that's pretty fun to me, that all that was going on. And then yeah, so that was pretty good. And then I was told, then I've also finished watching Umbrella Academy, so I've made it through season 3 of that now. I liked it. I hope they get to do a season 4. I couldn't find anything online saying whether or not it had been officially canceled or if it was maybe going to get a season 4. They're kind of in limbo at the moment, where they haven't been canceled, but they also haven't been greenlit for season 4. And I hope they get a season 4. I really enjoyed season 3 of that. Umbrella Academy, spoilers, is another show on Netflix about a group of superheroes. And in season 1, basically one of the kids has the ability to teleport, and he thinks he can teleport and time travel. And so when he attempts it, he accidentally teleports himself way in the future on the other side of an apocalypse that wiped out all the people. And so it's just him. And he grows up in this empty world. I mean, it's not empty. There's animals and stuff, but I think there's animals and stuff. I mean, there must be something that he eats, right? And so he grows into an old man, and then the Time Bureau shows up and want to recruit him as an assassin, since he has some innate time-traveling abilities, but they also have a device that will pinpoint where you can time travel to. And so he works for them for a while until he figures out when and where the apocalypse is supposed to be, and then he breaks free and teleports back to right before the apocalypse. But in the process of teleporting back, he gets put back into his 15-year-old self. So he's got all his memories, but he's in the body of a 15-year-old. And so yeah, they don't really figure out what's going on, honestly. They do stop the the one character from causing the apocalypse, but in the process of stopping the apocalypse, they started a second apocalypse. And so just before it managed to kill them, uh, the teleport guy used his powers to time jump them. Only when he time jumped them, he scattered them across time before 1963. And so several years before 1963 for some of them. And so then season 2, they find out there's another apocalypse. Same person causes it, different circumstances. And so they've got to stop that from happening. And then when they do, they jump back to the present. And when they jump back to the present, there's a different group of superheroes in their home. And so season 3 was a little bit of them fighting each other because I don't know, because they're all terrible people. Really, that's the. I think that's the fun thing about Umbrella Academy for me is that they're not people who want to be heroes. And so everything that happens, they're pretty. Oh, right, there's my base. They're pretty angry about what goes down, and the dude who raised them actually like bought them from their parents when they were babies because. I mean, as you find out in season 3, he needs them to reshape the universe, and uh, so he doesn't treat them very well in his quest to bring back his wife by reshaping the universe. And so none of them are very stable people. It doesn't feel like, and the same is true for the new team. They're also not the best people, and so yeah, it was pretty fun, and the season 3 had a pretty good ending. Um, I like the storyline that went down through it. So yeah, if you want to check that one out, I recommend it. And then I also watched the new Resident Evil series, which I know people are saying is awful, but I didn't think it was that bad. Is it great? No, no. It's definitely mediocre at best. And I think some of the problem is, and this will get into Resident Evil as a whole, is that what most people know of Resident Evil is the beginning of Resident Evil, which is my favorite part of Resident Evil. And so when they probably were sitting down to watch this new series, they weren't expecting it to be after some of the later games. And I despise some of the later games. Uh, and so it is a series based after Game 5. And so it's not just about zombies, and so that really changes the shape of what's going on. And they've got a lot of lore built into this from the games, which I was not startled. I was surprised to see a lot of the lore that probably is putting people off made it into this series, because I'm pretty sure this is the sequel to the movie. Like they just had that movie, and I'm pretty sure I read that there was supposed to be a series that continues this storyline, and so this did seem like a continuation of that. And so basically what everybody who hasn't played through a lot of the games would recognize as Resident Evil is Raccoon City being overrun by zombies. And this show takes place in South Africa after Game 5. And so the viruses involved are different once you get that far into the game series and the lore for the game series. And so it's no longer about cities overrun with. Oh, I thought that was honey. Cities overrun with zombies anymore. I mean, they're still there. It's still a thing, but it's not the focus of the thing at that point. Instead, what they've got is a lot of mutant creatures, a lot of strange mutations in their zombies, people who are running around with variations of the virus in them, a lot of them that give them powers, and so the series is not that bad. I expected to be way worse because I had read it was terrible. I had seen clips from it that made it look terrible. Uh, the D&D guy that I was talking to, he said it was terrible. I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty on point for post game for Resident Evil. Did I love it? No, no. I don't like post game 4. I don't like post game 3 Resident Evil. Um, I I do not like. Oh shoot! I didn't pay attention. I've got 4 potato seeds, which means I need 6 more potato seeds. I used up all my corn to make corn seeds that I didn't need. I got to turn as much of this into seed as I can. And I need 4 more of these. Oh shoot, I didn't want to use this. I wanted recipes for this. And so Resident Evil 1, I played when it first came out a billion years ago on my 486 PC, right? Um, and so in that game, you play special, like, aren't they called stars? Isn't that the designation for them? Stars. But you play like police officers, and they're investigating something. I don't remember if it's a missing person or what, but they go up to this. How do I have so many of these left? Oh, because they didn't go down. They end up at this mansion, and their helicopter crashes, and they have to run from these mutated dogs they're undead. The Dobermans that they have in every show, um, and and so you work your way through this mansion on a hill to find out that what's going on is that you know what, I should probably just take all this yucca fruit and turn it into drink. And so they figure out that what's going on is the Umbrella Corporation is experimenting with the T virus. I think it becomes like the progenitor virus or something like that later. Why can't I make yucca juice? I've got empty jars. I've got. Yeah, oh, I have no fuel. I gotcha. And so game 2 continued that story, but um, instead of being um, stars, you were people who were in the city after the virus escaped. And so games 2 and then game 3 both take place in Raccoon City before Raccoon City is destroyed. And then game 4 got weird. And I know everybody's like, okay, I say everybody, but what I mean is a majority of people have rated this game very highly. And my problem with it is it's nothing like the first 3 games. Uh, and you stop being in a city full of zombies trying to survive, and it becomes more game like because the early games were very they were like an in between adventure and point and click game. Like, I don't know if you ever played a point and click game, but they used to have these games. They still have these games where you're trying to figure out puzzles by finding the pieces in the different areas that you're allowed access to until you find the bit that unlocks the next part. Sometimes they're well done, sometimes they're stupid. Uh, Sometimes you end up just taking a piece and clicking on everything you see until you finally find the right piece to get through because there are no clues sometimes. But so they're a bit like that. Uh, and there's a lot of inventory management and lack of bullets, so you can't just kill all the zombies. And then game 4 turned into just a straight up adventure game. Lots of bullets, fighting your way through hordes of non-zombies, lots of weird monsters, plant monsters, octopus monster in the lake, um, stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't like this. It's not what Resident Evil was. You've made a whole new game and just slapped the name Resident Evil on it. I haven't played all the other games. There's dozens of games for Resident Evil. And then I own some of the other ones, and I've played some of like Resident Evil 7, but I just can't stick with a game honestly unless I'm recording it apparently. And so I've never finished Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 did not seem like it fit in with the Resident Evil series, but apparently it does. I just didn't make it far enough. Resident Evil 7 feels like Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me, and doesn't feel like it touches on the themes of the old Resident Evil games. Resident Evil 5 didn't even attempt to be like the other games, and Resident Evil 5 is a straight up shooter that's done in missions, and so it's hard to even have a story for that game. And so like you finish a mission, you get your rating, and then you get your next mission, and then your first mission is like shoot all the zombies on the docks, and then a couple missions later, it's like shoot all the zombified mutant alligators as you make your way through the swamp, and I'm just like, you're not even Resident Evil at this point. And I don't know what 6 was even about. Maybe Resident Evil 6 is the one I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm confusing Resident Evil and Silent Hill for how many there are that I've played number wise. I kind of ran out of steam in Silent Hill games as well. But yeah, I didn't think the show was that bad. Not as bad as everybody else is making it out to be. Um, I kind of like the split between what was happening to start it in South Africa and what's going on in their present day. And so they do have two different storylines with the same main characters um, when they're kids and then when they're adults. And I don't mind that. So, and I know like some of the clips I've seen that people are just like, oh, they're just getting the memes in there, but they fit the scene. I didn't think the jokes weren't. I didn't feel like the jokes were forced. I thought it fit right in. I mean, okay, was it a great scene? No. But did it feel like they just shoehorned in the jokes that people are posting? No. No, it fit for what was happening in the episode. So, except maybe the kooky guy who talks about SpongeBob. I don't know how well that scene fit in, but the other one that I had seen a clip for, um, uh, which was the girl talking where she says she just reads Zootopia porn. That one actually fit the scene pretty well, and I thought that joke was funny. But yep. All right. Well, with that, I am gonna call it a day. So be bearing the small things, leading the light, and I will talk to you later.